What is going on, everyone? Giofvcks, Side Perspectives. In this video, I just kind of want to sit down and discuss basically my views on open relationships and just a more in-depth discussion on like why I personally no longer practice monogamy at this current time. Now, to get everything out, I'm single as a dollar bill. I am single. I am not committed to anybody. Nobody thinks that I'm in a relationship with them. I'm not leading anybody on. I'm very upfront. I let people know, like, hey, I'm single. I'm not really looking for a monogamous, committed, one-on-one relationship at this point. And I'm really big on that because I feel like in my past, I wish people would have just been open and upfront with me about what they expected or what they wanted or what they were looking for. And I feel like that could have avoided a lot of issues, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the problems that I've had is either I'm giving more to a dead-end situation that doesn't really deserve my time and energy, or I'm giving less. It's always, you know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, not really looking for commitment, not really looking for a monogamous relationship. The reason why, well, there's multiple reasons, but the biggest reason why I'm not a fan of monogamous relationships is, to me, cisgendered, heteronormative, cishet, heteronormative relationships are the staple, unfortunately, because of privilege and bigotry. And when you look at how cishet relationships practice monogamy, it's about control and power. It has very little to do, in my opinion and experience, with love and like commitment, trust, respect. Instead, it's all about, I own you. If I'm dating you, you're mine. You shouldn't be talking to anybody. You shouldn't be liking someone else's shit on social media. Matter of fact, I don't even want you to have your own personality. You should be attached to me and attached to the hip, and we should be together 24/7, 365. And it's just, to me, that's not healthy. Like, people need to have their own lives outside of a relationship. Not to mention, I also think that monogamy is not realistic for the vast majority of the people, and I honestly don't think that it's natural. I don't. Because it's very odd to me how it's natural for humans to talk to multiple people. It's natural for humans to want to have sex with multiple people and have different relationships with multiple people. And people naturally do that all the time. Hence why a lot of these monogamous relationships, someone's, for the most part, always cheating, leading on. People, like, the fact that when you look at a lot of cishet relationships, it's almost common for somebody to be cheated on. And again, if we would look at other relationship models besides monogamy, we wouldn't have all these issues. Because in other relationship models, you have the freedom to talk to multiple people. You have the freedom to have multiple relationships. You have the freedom to engage in sexual intercourse with multiple people. Not in monogamy. Monogamy is all about one-on-one and control and power, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with actually loving and having relationships, because if it was, you wouldn't be tripping if somebody looked at somebody else. You know, you wouldn't be tripping because somebody finds somebody else attractive. And then if you're basing your love solely off of who this person can have sex with, then are you even in a relationship? It seems to me you're more concerned about who this person is having sex with than actually a relationship. And that's why I'm like, I don't really see monogamy personally as a plus. I don't. Not right now. Not to mention, when you're getting to know people and you're in the dating, like you're in the first stages of like, you're getting to know people, you're dating and mingling, you should not be practicing monogamy when you're dating. in my opinion, because that's how you end up putting all of your eggs in one basket prematurely, getting your feelings hurt because you have all these feelings for this person, and a lot of times the feelings are not mutual. This person is off still talking to multiple people doing them, while you're sitting up here already prematurely playing monogamy, prematurely in a commitment that doesn't even exist. Do you see the problem with this? Do you see the problem with this? And this is why a lot of people get their feelings hurt, and it's like, to me, I'm not saying that you can never, there's never successful monogamous relationships, or you never can have a monogamous relationship, but I feel like there's multiple different types of relationship models that can be utilized, have been around for centuries, and it's, different strokes for different folks, man. You do what works for you. But I just know for me, monogamy, especially in the beginning stages when you're getting to know a person and you're dating and mingling, nope, not doing it. Not falling for that mess ever again. I am going to continue to talk to multiple people. I am going to continue to have fun. And another reason why I have this mindset is because, I come from a very, like I said, I've talked about this before, a Kojic family, Church of God in Christ. So these traditional, oppressive, dysfunctional, very toxic, archaic ways of doing things, I saw that growing up, and I'm watching, people be in marriages for 30, 40, 50 years, absolutely hating their partner, hating the relationship, resenting their kids, resenting their family. And I'm just like, I'm not interested in being in part of that, and I don't want anything to do with that. Which is another reason why I never really saw marriage as a plus. I never saw that as a positive. I never saw that as something that I wanted, to be completely honest, because it's like, I grew up seeing, no, I'm not interested in being with somebody just for the sake of saying I have a family. It's not that important to me. And that's another thing. I don't see having family, having kids and all that, as a positive. I don't really see that as a goal. Would I want kids in the future? Maybe. As of right now, no. And that's just keeping it a buck. But yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick because, and there's so many different types of relation models, which I'm going to do different videos discussing different relationships. You can have platonic relationships. You can have romantic relationships. You can have asexual relationships. There's so many different types of the friendships you have. Are you having sex with all your friends? No. Are there friends that you would want to fuck? Maybe. But the point is, there's different types of relationships. And that's another thing that I notice in monogamous relationships, especially when you're dealing with the cis-het folks and that mindset of ownership and control. They don't even want you to have friends because people have insecurities and assume that you're trying to sleep with your friends. It's way too much shit going on. And again, are your relationships about the person and actually building, or are your relationships about sex and who that person can have sex with? Because again, when you look at a lot of these monogamous relationships, the entire relationship is essentially based off of, you better not be trying to sleep with somebody else. And it's is that your entire relationship? Because if that's the case, I don't really see that as a relationship. That seems like it's a hookup. You're more concerned about who I'm sleeping with. And that's your insecurity. You need to handle that. You know what I mean? And I don't have time for that. Also, like I said, I grew up in a household that was very controlling. So now having autonomy over my body and having sex and doing what I want to do, I don't want any type of relationship that resembles power and control like how I grew up. So I'm not trying to be committed to anybody. I'm not trying to have no monogamous relationship with you where you think I'm supposed to be only having sex with you. Nope, not happening. And you're not going to be controlling who I talk to. You're not about to be controlling who I sleep with. You're not going to be controlling who I hang out with. I'm just not dealing with it. So that's my take on that. And to say it again, do I think that there can be monogamous relationships that are healthy, that are not controlling and toxic and dysfunctional? Yes, there are people out there living it up. And are there people that are also in toxic poly relationships, toxic open relationships? Yes, they are, and they are out there. They exist. Again, there's no such thing as perfect, and again, you need to find what works for you and your partner or partners. I just know, as of right now, I'm enjoying being single and talking to multiple people. And especially, again, in the beginning stages of dating and, like, getting to know people, monogamy is not your friend, in my opinion. To me, you need to have an open relationship mindset in the beginning stages. And, like, as time goes on and you're able to narrow it down to a few people or that person, then you can start potentially talking and communicating and expressing potential monogamy. But until then, I wouldn't be rushing into that shit. Life is way too damn short to be sitting up with somebody or in a relationship style that doesn't work for you. It's just way too much. Like, and yeah, it's just way too much in my opinion. But anyway, I just want to keep this less than 15 minutes. And that's my, like, honestly, that's how I feel about it. Let me know what you think in the comment box below. Subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos. Hit me up on, yes, IGTV, whatever I post this on. And I'm out.